Welcome to the third part of my vlog looking at the complete DJ course that we're currently making, following me week by week for about 40 weeks as we make this course here at Digital DJ Tips. It's our biggest DJ course yet, and I thought a vlog letting you follow along with me and with the team as we make it would be useful, because we'll talk about all the things that we're making in the course week by week. We're filming this course for the next 9 months as I record this, so a little update each week on how we're going, give you some behind the scenes stuff at Digital DJ Tips, give you some tips that might not be in the course, give you some early stuff from it, and just have a chance to chat week in, week out. So firstly, I want to thank everyone who has commented on the first 2 vlogs. It's been awesome. I told you last week how I'd injured myself through all the stress and strains of this and that, and a couple of you say maybe you shouldn't go to the gym, maybe you should do something a bit more sedate when it comes to your exercise. I love going to the gym. Anyway, nice to have all your comments there. This week we're talking about gangs and dens. Gangs and dens. So what do I mean by that? Well, I want you to think about, by the way, the reason I'm in the car is I'm driving from one of our dens, from Steve, my colleague's studio in Marbella in Spain. I'm driving from Steve's den to my den, the Digital DJ Tips headquarters in Gibraltar, and that's what got me thinking about the dens part of what I'm sharing with you now. And the gangs part, well, I've just been with Steve and Joey and Juanmi, 3 of our team members. We're not often in the same place. We're what is called a distributed workforce at Digital DJ Tips. Basically, we all work remotely, but we happen to be together for a day there and doing some stuff together. So, you know, I got thinking about gangs, the people you work with and things like that, and dens, the places you do your work. And there's some big lessons here for you if you are serious about learning to DJ at the beginning of this journey. So I thought this is what we would talk about today. So think about children. Think about when children kind of go feral. When you go take your kids around to someone's party, or there's kids at the parties you're at, or whatever reason, on a campsite, on holiday. When kids get together, what do? Well, they first get together, they look out for each other. Kids find each other, right? They want to have adventures and they don't want to do it on their own. So kids will find each other pretty quickly. And once they've found each other, what do? They go off and make a den. They don't want to do their stuff with you. They don't want to do their stuff with the grown-ups, with the adults. They want to do it in their own place. So they go and find a den, and if they haven't got one, they build one, right? So if they're young kids, they might take the cushions off the sofa and, you know, build a den in the hallway of the house or whatever. If they're a bit older, they might be building dens in the woods or whatever, going around to someone's house for a sleepover. But they like dens. Kids like a gang, and then they like to have a den to work out of and to have their adventures out of as a gang. And in all seriousness, this is what I want you to think about as you're learning to DJ. I want you to think about your gang and your den. So your gang is simple. These are the people you're going to be going along with on this journey. No one likes to do journeys on their own unless it's a short car journey from Spain to Gibraltar, of course, chatting to you. No one likes to go on journeys on their own. We like to have people with us. Why? Because it's someone to share ideas with, to bounce things off. It makes it easier when things are hard. It gives you someone to share things with when things are going really well. And you tend to do better work when you're in a gang. So that's why bands tend to have more success over time than individual artists. Or rather, the individual artists start off as part of a gang, start off as part of a band before they find their feet, because it's easier to do that stuff with other people. So as someone who's maybe learning to DJ, who's getting back into DJing, who's trying to improve their DJing, I want you to think about 2 kinds of people who can be in your gang. The first kind of person is the people who are going to help you to achieve what you've got by not doing it. So I'm not talking about hooking up with other DJs and stuff like that here. Instead, I'm talking about the people who can free up the time for you to do it. I'm talking about your family and your friends. I'm talking about whoever your cleaner is. Can you get your cleaner in for an extra morning to save you doing that cleaning? Can you talk to your boss at work and see if you can rearrange your hours so you can play the gigs you want? Can you talk to your wife and say, look, we need to have some kind of rota so I can do my practice sessions. You need to keep whatever my commitments are away from me for the practice sessions I want to do for my DJing. But it could be called your pre-team, and people call it a pre-team because it's a team you need to get in place before you start doing something that's really important to you. So you should think about the people in your life, the people around you, the conversations you're going to have with them that'll help free up the mental time and the physical space maybe for you to do your DJ practice and do the stuff that you're going to need to do around music, DJ gear, techniques, playing out, promoting yourself, all the parts of being a DJ, you're going to need time to commit to these things. Where are you going to get that time from? Well, that's where your gang who are going to help you to achieve your goals but not be part of them are going to help. So the second kind of people you want in your gang are the people who are DJs. They are producers. They are people who are going to come on this journey with you. And it's a lot easier, especially if you want to get serious about this, to do it with someone else next to you, for all the reasons I was just talking about. You know, when I was a nightclub promoter and a DJ for like 17 years in total, 12 years in one place, I could not have done that without having a DJ partner and someone as a business partner in the promoting company that we had. And it was the same person, my friend Terry. You know, we couldn't, I'm sure Terry would say the same thing, we couldn't have done that individually. There was just too much work. There was too much to do. Success is work. You've got to do the work. And if you haven't got someone with you, it can get very lonely. Now, again, we're a distributed workforce here at Digital DJ Tips. A lot of the time, I'm not spending time actually physically with my team, but we spend pretty much all our work time in each other's laps. We're on Slack, which is like Skype. It's a kind of messaging system. We're quite often on video calls together, and it's really important to do that. It's really important to, even if you are doing this DJ journey alone, you know, lean into forums, lean into anywhere where you can communicate with other people. The Digital DJ Tips Facebook page is a good place to start, and our Facebook group. So you've got to think about who you're going to be doing this with. And if you have got someone who wants to go on this DJ journey with you, or this music production journey with you, whatever it is you're doing, all the better if they are local and you can actually spend time with them, because you're going to find it a lot easier. So the second thing I wanted to talk about, once you've got your gang, is you need your den. So as I said earlier, I'm driving from my colleague Steve's studio where we've been today. We've been recording some mixes. We had an absolutely awesome time munching crisps and sharing ideas and taking the mickey of each other and just basically messing around, but we got a load of work done. It's just great to have somewhere you can go to do that stuff. Steve has a studio in his place. Joey, who I was with there, we were all at Steve's studio today, but he has a studio in his home city of Manila. I'm driving back to the Digital DJ Tips HQ now in Gibraltar, where I have my studio. So, you know, it's important that you have somewhere to work from. And it's the psychology. It's the same as when you want to get fit, for instance. I was talking about the gym earlier. If you want to get fit, it's hard to buy weights and stuff and do it in your own living room. If you've ever tried that, you just can't, can you? You get distracted by stuff. Much easier to go to the gym. By the time you're at the gym, you're in the right mindset and you're committed to going there. Again, if you've got a partner, they're expecting you to be there. Another reason to have partners, commitments and accountability. By the time you get to the gym, they're you're in the right frame of mind. You're going to do a better job. You're probably going to stick to a gym program more likely in that way. And it's the same with your studio. If you can have a studio set up to work from, you are far more likely to go there, turn up and do the work. Now, I know we can't all have a dedicated studio like I've got and like Steve's got and so on. We do this full time, but you can certainly find a place in your house where you can, I hope you can, find somewhere where you can set your gear up and leave it set up. So you'll just put a cloth over it or a lid down or something, and then when you want to DJ, it's seconds to get it all set up. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. It might be in a room that you also live in, and you might just have to do stuff in your headphones rather than on speakers. Look, no one is in a situation where everything's perfect, but having somewhere where you go to do the stuff that we're going to do together to get you being a great DJ is really important. So your homework this week, if we're setting homework on these vlogs, is to think about who's going to be in your gang, who's going to help you to achieve your goals by freeing up the time and the mental space for you to get on with this stuff on your own, and then who's going to come along on that journey with you once you've done that. Who's going to be your partners, production partners, DJ partners and that kind of thing. Who do you know you can ask? Who do you know you can hang out with in this game when you're on your downtime and talk DJing with? And if it's not someone nearby, then let's make sure that it's someone online. And of course you can use us in the Digital DJ Tips Facebook page, groups, and if you're a member of any of our courses, you have your private groups there as well, which are awesome for that kind of thing. Okay, the next vlog is going to be coming to you not from the road on the way back to our Gibraltar headquarters, but from New York, and I'll tell you all about why next time. But meanwhile, get good, get out there, make the moments, and I'll see you again then. Bye.